Turtle Day. I'll wait for a few people to trickle in. We're going to have some ambassador turtles to look at. Please join us, stick around. We have some very special guests for a Q&A. Everything looking good? Amazing. Welcome, welcome. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Elena. I'm the Communications Manager with Turtle Survival Alliance, and I'm here on World Turtle Day in the beautiful American Gardens Park in Charleston, South Carolina, which is our home base. Now, we just had a wonderful story time with Sy Montgomery and Matt Patterson, and I'm going to be doing a live Q&A with them in just a few minutes, so stay tuned. But while we wait for everyone to trickle in, I want to introduce some turtle friends that we have with us today. So Rachel, come on in.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, so this is Rachel Harf. She is a lead colonian keeper at our Turtle Survival Center in Cross, South Carolina. So tell us about our turtle friend we have here.
Yeah, so this is a flavomarginata, Cora flavomarginata, or a yellow margin box turtle. They get that name because you can see they have these yellow margins next to their eyes.
You can show the camera a little close so you can see that.
There they are. And this is a really unique turtle because, like most box turtles that we know here and box turtles in Asia, they can actually have a hinge. They have a hinge on their plastron that allows them to close up and actually be enclosed in a box, which is a great adaptation to prevent predators or hide from things, and also so that they can brumate and kind of close up in their box in the wintertime.
So what do we call this guy?
So this one's name is Flava Flav.
And Flava Flav is an ambassador for the species that we have at the Turtle Survival Center that are critically endangered and endangered.
Yes.
So we're so happy to have him here hanging out with us today.
Yes. Yep.
All right, well, let's go meet another friend. Rachel's going to grab another friend with us, and it is an alligator snapping turtle named Allie. And this species is represented on our official World Turtle Day t-shirt, which you can still grab on Bonfire at the link in our bio if you haven't yet. Great way to celebrate World Turtle Day. So I'm so excited to introduce you to this friend. We're just getting them ready. So you can understand a snapping turtle needs a little more prep time. All right. So who do we have? Well, this is Allie.
Yeah, this is Allie.
Wow.
Like Elena said, this is an alligator snapping turtle. So they actually have this giant head, unlike our common snapping turtles that are native to South Carolina. These guys are actually found in river drainages that go into the Gulf of Mexico. So they have a pretty wide range, but not in South Carolina.
So tell us about that little thing he's got in his mouth there. That's one of the coolest parts about this species.
Yeah, so they actually have this really cool appendage on their tongue that looks like a little worm, and it is used to, basically they're sit and wait predators. So they're sitting at the bottom of a river, and as a fish goes by and sees this fun little wiggly thing in its mouth, it thinks it's a worm, tries to eat it, and then they shut that jaw and eat that fish or whatever comes across their way.
Nice. So he's also an ambassador for some of the work that we do in the wild. We have a program in Texas, which is celebrating its 10th anniversary of surveys this year. It's an amazing species, and we love having him and taking him to events. So yeah, thank you, Rachel.
Yeah, thank you.
So if anyone would like to meet some of our ambassador turtles, we have them at almost all of our outreach events, which are held all over the country, including our Drink Beer Save Turtles fundraisers. And there's actually 2 happening today. One is happening in Nokomis, Florida at Azario's Pizza, and one is tonight here in Charleston. It's at Two Blokes Brewing in Mount Pleasant. So if you're in town, please come by. You'll see some ambassador turtles, and it'll be a great time. So I'm now very pleased to introduce stars of our Q&A, Sy and Matt. Please come on in, join me. Hi.
Hi.
Happy World Turtle Day.
Yeah, happy World Turtle Day.
Thank you so much. We're so grateful you could join us on this global celebration for turtles. You both are huge supporters of TSA, so it's just an honor to be able to ask some questions and spend the day with you.
Who better to celebrate World Turtle Day than you guys?
Exactly. All right, so tell us about the book that you read at Storytime today.
Yeah, the book was The True and Lucky Life of a Turtle, and it's a true story of Fire Chief the Snapping Turtle. And Fire Chief is a common snapping turtle, a 42-pound snapping turtle, and we met him, me and Sy met him, 2020?
2020.
2020. And his story is he lived next to a fire station in a fire pond. And in 2018, he was hit by a car when he was crossing the road to get to a different pond, to brewmate. And the firemen knew him, and they saw him, and they loved him. He's a snapping turtle, so they were afraid of him. So they called the Turtle Rescue League, and they came down, and they got him out of the water. They patched him up and brought him back. And then me and Sy met him. We started doing physical therapy with him because his back legs weren't working well. And he's an incredible snapping turtle. And would you like to add anything to that?
Yeah, his story is really the story of resilience because turtles have been here since the time of the dinosaurs. They've survived so much. And if we give them just a little bit of help, they can be around for another 200, 300 million years.
Well, thank you. And, you've published and written books and illustrated books about turtles in the Book of Turtles and in Of Time and Turtles. And those span a huge slew of species all over the world. But this story is just about one individual. So why is his story important to tell?
His story is important so that people connect with an individual. Animals, they think, they feel, they know, they experience memories. A lot of people don't realize this. I think children know, though.
Yes.
And then that knowledge just gets stamped out of them. But in this book, we want to say everything you thought was true really is. Turtles do think and feel and know. Their lives matter. And we think that Fire Chief's life matters deeply because he's such an important ambassador for turtle kind.
Now, say too, his story is a story that's happening all the time. Turtles are crossing the road, and a lot of them do get hit, so they do need our help.
Yes, and actually, I was wondering if you could share with us some advice to our viewers on what they could do to help a turtle that they've found injured crossing the road, wherever their journey.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that everyone can do to help a turtle. If you see a turtle crossing the road, just carry it across in the direction it's going. They know where they're going, so never take it and turn around and take it back because it'll just turn right back around and go. You can support wetlands and wildlands to protect them where turtles live. You can support organizations like the Turtle Survival Alliance that help fight the illegal trade in turtles.
And you can make your yard turtle friendly. Some people are afraid if they see, for example, a snapping turtle digging a hole in their garden. They think, oh my gosh, he's going to go for my kids. He's going to eat my dog. They're totally not going to do it. No. It's probably, most of the time when you see a snapping turtle this time of year, it's a mother turtle who wants to lay her eggs. So let's make it easier for her to do that and keep our pets and our kids from disturbing the nest and instead help them protect the nest.
Yes, great advice. Now, as you both know, TSA works in over 30 countries with over 160 turtle species. Yeah. And we do this because half of these species are threatened with extinction due to threats like illegal poaching, habitat destruction, alteration. So why should we care about the possibility of losing these turtles in our lifetime?
Well, there's this wonderful story across cultures of the world turtle. And Matt did a beautiful painting of the world turtle, the whole world resting on the back of a turtle. Well, it's not just a just so story. The folks that tell this story are telling a truth because turtles are really the foundation for many ecosystems. And without turtles, everything would fall apart. For example, the gopher tortoise, he makes these immense apartments for dozens and dozens of other species that depend on that turtle to survive. And if it wasn't for certain sea turtles, we'd be up to our lips in jellyfish. Turtles like Fire Chief, they're keeping our ponds clean. So we really need them to keep our world whole. And it's also important to remember that each turtle is an individual who loves his or her life like we love ours. And as we show in the story of Fire Chief, their lives can have as big an impact on their community or the community outside, way outside of them, as our lives might.
And these are also animals that are ancient. They've been around for over 200 million years. They survived the asteroid impact, ice ages. So, they deserve our respect, and they're important.
I agree completely. Now, I had the pleasure of going to our Turtle Survival Center with you both this week.
Yeah, it was fun.
So is there anything you'd like to share, special moments from the tour? You've been there many years now, but it was so great to have you back.
Yeah, well, what I'd like to share is last time I think it was 3 years ago I was there, so all the progress that's been made and all the turtles, there's so many more. I think this is, what, 850?
Yes, over 850.
Yeah, I think last time I was there was only 600, so all the great work you're doing, and to see it, progressing like that is so exciting.
Yes.
And it's just a joy to see turtles again, who we met several years ago. And there they are. I know, honestly. Oh my gosh, you all are doing such important work.
Oh,
and we
thank
are
you.
so honored to have anything to do with you. And
We
to
love-
go to the
yes.
Survivor Center was so awesome.
Yes, we love having you there. We love having you on Team TSA. Now I had a question for you, Sy. One thing you said in your talk at the Charleston Library Society is every turtle is a miracle. Now, what do you mean by that?
Every turtle who hatches out of their egg is already very lucky. Turtle eggs are on everybody's menu, as you know. I mean, dogs dig them up, skunks dig them up, raccoons dig them up. Even trees will send their roots into the egg for moisture. And then, once the eggs hatch, if any survive predation, they face another gauntlet. Everyone eats baby turtles. I mean, even chipmunks will hold them like a little hamburger and bite their little heads off.
Oh my goodness.
It's horrible. So by the time you see a turtle that's like living in its native habitat and even old enough to breed, that's really a miracle. And so we really have to protect them.
And Matt, I mean, you're welcome to add to that, but I had another question for you. Your artwork, it really just encapsulates this beauty and charm that turtles have. And I feel that when people look at your art, they just fall in love immediately with these creatures. So what is it that keeps bringing you back to painting them?
Oh, well, I love turtles. I'm a wildlife artist, but like I said last night, specifically I'm a turtle artist. But I've just been fascinated with turtles my whole life. Growing up, my father was a biology teacher, so he's always taking me out to look for animals. And some of my earliest memories are with turtles. They're ancient creatures. They've been around for 200 million years. They're found in the ocean. They're found in deserts. They're found in rainforests. They're found in the Northeast where we live, and they overwinter under ice. They have beautiful patterns in textures and all different sizes, and I love everything about them. And they're important animals, and they need to stick around for another 200 million years. So
Yes.
I spend a lot of time with them, obviously, and I observe them and see how they move and how they act and what they look like. So yeah.
Well, it's our goal to keep them around.
Yes.
So I wanted to check in and see if we had any questions from the audience that we could ask.
Yes, we do.
Awesome. And I can repeat it too if you can't hear me.
All right, we do have one.
Okay.
All right, this one says, how do you make the drawings of the different turtle species, Matt, look so realistic and true to that species?
Well, thanks. I'm glad they look realistic. I spend a lot of time with turtles, like I was just saying, and I watch them when I'm doing illustration. It's great if I can meet that animal in person, that species, and spend time with them. If I'm in the field, I can take notes, and I do sketches, and I take pictures of all different angles, and to see how they look, how they act, what they're like in their environment. And I always wonder, it's important, I think, to when you see an animal, to wonder what is it like to be them. So
That's a good answer. Yeah.
yeah.
We do have another question.
Yeah, please.
All right. This one says, Sy, other than the alligator snapping turtle, what is your other favorite turtle species?
Well, right now, I am raising 3 darling baby Blandings turtles. I have a permit from the state, and we're head starting them because, as I mentioned, everybody can eat them. A fish can eat them, a frog can eat them. But if you raise them up over the winter time, when normally they'd just be asleep underground and not growing, they're a little bit bigger. And so I do this every year. I've done it with Blandings, I've done it with wood turtles, and I did it with my 4 painted turtles, Monet, Manet, Bernard, and Surratt.
All right, thank you. And then this one is for both Matt and Sy. What inspires you both
to write your stories and create art, other than wildlife?
Well, I'll let you go first. Other than wildlife.
My people are usually animals, but even as a child, I realized that if you want to help animals, you have to enlist the human population, because that's what's afflicting them. I mean, turtles were doing fine even though so many eggs get predated, even though so many hatchlings get eaten. They were doing fine until we built our roads and houses and factories everywhere and filled the world with fast cars.
Not long ago.
And then we added poaching to that, because that's a huge problem. So I write to put these animals before the readers in a way that they'll care. They care about Fire Chief. They care about Monet, my little turtle who drowned. They care about all the individuals that we've met.
Well, I think the same thing. I think it's important for me as an artist to people read about animals, turtles, and to put a face to that, to introduce them to an individual and to see how beautiful they have personality, see how much their lives matter.
Wonderful, wonderful answers. Well, thank you so much all for your questions, and thank you, Sy Matt, for being
Yeah, thank
here.
you. Happy World Turtle
Yes,
Day.
yes.
Yay!
Your books and your art are championing turtle conservation around the world for us, and we're just so grateful to have you on our team. So thank you for being here with us today.
Well,
Thank
here's
you.
to zero turtle extinction.
Exactly, yes. Thank you so much. All right, so I wanted to thank everyone for attending this live stream. Make sure to follow Sy and Matt on Instagram. That's at Sy the Author and at Stone Ridge Art Studios. And if you are in town with us today in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, please join us at Two Blokes Brewing in Mount Pleasant from 5 to 8 p.m. You can meet more turtles, some of them that you've seen here today, and some other species. You can learn about how to support our mission and other ways to get involved with World Turtle Day and World Turtle Month. So thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye.